Hello! Kenshi, Spirit Retro, one versus many. Hungry Bandits. Let's fucking go. So, I'm on a stealth build character using a Naginata katana. Basically a hybrid of a katana and a Naginata, combining aspects of both and mitigating the penalties. So it has plus 25% damage against humanoids and animals, it has minus 4 indoor penalty, plus 4 to attack, and it has minus 15 armor penetration. Now this is a lot of Hungry Bandits, and my stats are pretty good. I mean, I'm at 5% damage resistance, so you normally start off at 1. So at which point your damage resistance is minus 50%, meaning you take 50% more damage from all sources. My stats are very middling at best. I'm probably like higher lower tier. But even so, this is a lot of Hungry Bandits. It would be better if they all attacked me at the same time, but the game was never finished. But it doesn't feel like an unfinished game, it's more like a unpolished finished game. Even so, with all its problems, it is a magnificent game. I've had so much fun with it. The developers have chosen to stop working on this because by community vote, by the way, so that they can focus all of their energy on Kenshi 2. Because they were having trouble developing Kenshi further without running into roadblocks from bad design, basically. It was getting harder and harder to keep expanding on stuff and improving. So they decided to start again from scratch. That's what Kenshi 2 is. They were initially going to move on to a different game entirely after Kenshi, but that's what the situation ended up being. No. Oh, okay, so I thought that was a nomads or a caravan then, because they would have came in and broken up this fight, and that would have been horrible, but no, that's just a random herbivore herd. Okay, so down here you can see blood, head, chest, stomach, left arm, right arm, left leg, right leg, hunger. So hunger is obvious. Your legs and arms aren't critical body parts, so they can go down to 0 and you won't go unconscious, but stomach, chest and head, you will go unconscious. They can go from the maximum health for each part is dependent on your race. So like the Sheks have 125. I'm a Greenlander, which is a type of human, so my stats are all 100, like the Scorchlanders. The Scorchlanders can eat raw meat though, which is interesting. That's come in handy quite a few times. But as far as damage goes, 0 is like you're done for that part. But they go way past that, go to negative 100 and further. And if you get to negative 100, that limb's gone. I've seen negative 300, which is insane. It's not much of a fight. They were going hard and getting quite a lot of hits on my chest and head, so I was worried because my head and chest are below 50%. Oh, below 50%. So if they took one of these down to 0, then I would have gone down. Had to wait to get back up and see if I was going to bleed to death or not. Oh, a new group of Hungry Bandits. Cool. So when you go to below 0, you're either going to go into a... The first thing happens is you go unconscious. So there's like a timer up here in red. That can be anywhere from a few seconds to hundreds of seconds. Depending on your toughness, once that timer ticks down though, you can see here that there's a health KO point, which is minus 50 for me. So when my unconscious timer runs out, as long as one of my vital areas, head, chest, stomach, is below 50, excuse me, there's a wriggling mass of bodies here for you to dismember. So as long as one of my critical body parts, head, chest and stomach, don't go to minus 50 and beyond, I will just get straight back up. Usually your character will choose to play dead, which is kind of like, you'll basically look like these guys here, but you'll actually be alive. You'll be pretending to be dead. And it's actually better for your toughness if you get up and fight. you get so much more experience that way. If, however, let's say, a really high level enemy were to appear right now and whack my chest goes down to -70, I would go down, go unconscious, and when that time was up, I would go into a recovery coma, where basically I'm completely out of it for however long it takes for my body parts to heal up. But bleeding. Bleeding is a mechanic in this game. Now these guys all use blunt weapons, but I am using this. And it does primarily cutting damage. And cutting damage doesn't inflict bleed. And you can see here on the chest, less than, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Those little things there indicate when something is rising or falling, and this indicates the chest is critically low, and that's bleed damage that's occurring there. And here's the problem: he's not going to recover. He's not in recovery coma anymore because he's taking critical bleed damage on the chest, and so his chest is taking more damage than he can heal, which means unless I intervene by, say, doing this, he's gonna die. But here, that yellow bar is me tending to his wounds, so I'm healing him, and there, he's no longer bleeding, so he's no longer in danger of dying. Can't say the same for the rest of these guys. So let's just finish cleaning up here, and that's a lot of bodies. I was honestly expecting a harsher fight, but sometimes the RNG is just with you, because I'm not particularly heavily armoured either. I'm in all light armour. Well, except for my chainmail. That's pretty high. It's the only real decent armor I have. Is there any more? I thought I saw some red. Hello? Delicious morsel of meat for me to consume. There you are. So this is something else that they do. They sometimes just don't move, and even though they're crippled, the AI just sort of doesn't know what to do. So until you poke them like I did just then, they'll just stay lying there, so they'll look like they're dead. It's easy to miss them, that's why I'm going over them now. And yeah, so it's not worth chasing after them, because you'll catch after them, stop, attack, and they'll just continue running and you'll never hit them, so it's not worth it. So hit medic down here to automatically heal. Double click the portrait to lock the camera on me, and heal. So if there were more people in my squad and they were also injured, my character would have also... That's what they try to do, but usually they'll just go up behind them and then attack. So if there were other people in my squad and they were injured, when I hit medic, my character would tend to them as well. And if I had multiple people selected when I hit medic, they would all do the same thing. And they would keep going until everyone in the squad is healed. But yeah, thanks for watching. How do I...